Hey guys, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be touching on three games and who we think are the better bets against the spread in college basketball for February 24th, 2017. I'll list the three games that I'm going to be discussing down in the video description. And if you want to get our daily free play over at our main website, you can head on over to stumpthespread.com. And I will link Stump the Spread in the video description if you want to go check that out as well. So starting in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Oakland versus Green Bay matchup over in the horizon. And if you want more of this pick video content in the future, you can click that subscribe button, and also any thumbs up are greatly appreciated. So the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, they were kind of stumbling there for a bit in the middle portion of horizon play, but Oakland has gotten back on track, and they've been rallying off quite a number of wins. Oakland recently picked up another huge win against Valparaiso. They're 2-0 against the Crusaders in conference play this year, and that bodes well for Oakland, especially if they're able to match up with Valparaiso in the Horizon League tournament finals and potentially earn a bid into the NCAA tournament. Oakland, not all that long ago, back on their home court, played Green Bay and actually fell in that one, and what was not the greatest result for Oakland, especially on the offensive end of the court. Going to be interesting to see how Oakland plays in the rematch here. The Green Bay Phoenix definitely have shown that they can compete with the top level of competition here in the horizon. Green Bay recently beating Valparaiso at home by a rather significant margin, and like I said, also getting that win on the road against Oakland. Green Bay has to feel confident right now with knowing that they can beat the other top teams in the conference right now, and another one of those teams that could potentially make a run come the Horizon League tournament. Green Bay likes to push the pace of play a bit, and Oakland doesn't necessarily mind playing fast as well. Oakland has been better on the defensive side of the ball than Green Bay this year, but that wasn't the case in the matchup that we saw between these two teams about a month ago. Behind their home court advantage, and with how they've been playing as of late, we feel like Green Bay is going to be the better value bet here, and what's listed right now as a pick'em. We like Green Bay to go ahead and come through here and cover as the better value bet. All right, moving on down here over to the MAAC, we have a matchup between St. Peter's and Niagara. St. Peter's has looked very strong as of late. They've picked up 4 wins in a row, and all of these wins coming by at least 19 points or more in conference play. St. Peter's, they have by far the best defensive unit in the MAAC, and that's part of the reason why this group has been so strong on the road in conference play, is because defense tends to travel a bit easier than offense does. St. Peter's just plays a different brand of basketball than pretty much every other team in the MAAC. They rank 10th in the nation in points allowed. And even though St. Peter's doesn't necessarily always put up a lot of numbers on the offensive end, they do have some pretty solid offensive options. And we've seen that in some of the recent blowout wins. The offense has been putting up some pretty solid numbers in games where, St. Peter's isn't necessarily racking up a lot of possessions, but they're very, very efficient with what they've been able to do on the offensive end. Going on the road here against Niagara, St. Peter's actually fell at home a while back to Niagara, so this is going to be a revenge game for the Peacocks. And St. Peter's has actually been arguably better on the road in conference play than at home. So St. Peter's heading on the road here to Niagara, and the Purple Eagles, not a team that's put up the best results necessarily by any means in the MAAC or out of conference this year, and probably a team that's going to be an early exit come the MAAC postseason tournament. We feel like St. Peter's is going to be able to exact some revenge here. St. Peter's in their game against Niagara had a pretty sizable lead, and their offense just kind of, disappeared and wasn't able to get anything done down the stretch in that game. But with what we've been seeing out of St. Peter's offense as of late compared to that point, the Peacocks are definitely looking a lot stronger on that side of the ball. So we do like St. Peter's to go ahead and come through here on the road as they go on to win and cover this moderate spread. And just one more game that I want to touch on in today's video. It's a matchup between Central Michigan and Toledo. Central Michigan did not look themselves in their last outing at home, losing to Northern Illinois in blowout fashion. I'm not exactly sure what that was from Central Michigan, but it was one of their worst offensive performances of the year. This is a team that ranks in the top 5 in the nation in scoring average. They have the leading backcourt scoring tandem in the nation and also the leading scorer in the nation with Marcus Keene, who's averaging about 30 points per game. Earlier in conference play at home, Central Michigan was able to get past Toledo. It'll be interesting to see if Central is able to have similar success here on the road against the Toledo Rockets. This Toledo squad has been hanging right around that middle area of the MAC throughout the regular season, hanging around just below 500 in conference play. Not a team that we're expecting all that much from in the MAC postseason tournament. Even though Central Michigan hasn't been performing all that well over the past week or so, this is still a team that has a pretty high ceiling when they're playing up to it, given what they're able to do on the offensive side of the ball. Clearly, Central Michigan not a very good defensive team, but if they're able to get hot on the offensive end during the MAC tournament, they could potentially make a run in their conference tournament. And we don't necessarily see Toledo having that same type of upside potential. We do feel like Central Michigan can keep things close today, especially with how they were able to beat Toledo in their first matchup this year. As long as we see Central give a little bit more effort than we saw out of them in their last outing against Northern Illinois, they could potentially push for the upset today on the road. So we're going to go ahead and side with Central Michigan, getting the 7.5 points as the better value bet against the spread in this matchup. So that's going to wrap up the games I wanted to touch on in today's video. Again, if you're interested in getting our daily free pick, you can head over to our main website, stumpthespread.com, and I will link that in the video description. And if you want more of this content in the future, you can click that subscribe button. So thanks, guys, for stopping on in, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.